It's been a little while, but I am feeling good, so I'm taking advantage of this opportunity to film something and sit down and film a video for you guys. There are quite a few videos I wanted to make sure I get out in the first trimester. I'm working on a lot of stuff. I'm sorry that I haven't popped them out as fast as I maybe thought I would be able to, but morning sickness has hit, and so I'm just working with how I feel. But before we get ahead of ourselves, hello and welcome to my very first bump date with this pregnancy, with baby number 3. How on earth did we get here? It's amazing. I'm still kind of just in this weird, surreal cloud 9 state of mind. It has been a very long time since I did a bump date. 8 years. Over 8 years. 8.5 years ago was probably the last bump date, and I don't really remember what I'm supposed to talk about, so I'm gonna do my best. If you guys have questions, leave them down below, because I am planning to do like a Q&A from Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram and you want to get your questions answered or like into the question slot box, then get on over there. But I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I'm like not done up. I did not put on a stitch of makeup for this video or even really brush my hair, but this is just like, this is the best I got right now. I'm not one of those very glamorous first trimester moms. I'm not one of those glamorous moms in general, so I feel like this is fitting. I'm so excited to finally get to sit down and just talk to you guys kind of real time, because I feel like all these videos I've just been sitting on and working on and posting. Everything you've seen so far was filmed a while ago, and so I'm so excited to kind of be back in normal time. I want to try and pump these videos out sooner, so I'm starting with the first bump date because it's getting to the point where like I need to get these out. So as of filming this, I am like 6.5 weeks pregnant. I'm still quite early. I will be doing a video about like kind of why we chose to announce early and things like that. But yes, this is my 6-week bump date. Guys, the baby brain is real. Like almost immediately when I found out I was pregnant, it was like one of the reasons I was like, maybe I'm pregnant, because just my brain is just mush. Trying to talk is difficult, so please bear with me. Okay, so I'm 6.5 weeks pregnant, theoretically. I don't know exactly yet, but I'm pretty certain on my dates. I don't mind sharing my due date. Some people don't like to. I call it a guess day because, let's be honest, it is just a guess. The due date does not mean anything to me. It doesn't mean I will have the baby anytime around that day. It's just the assigned day that we think is a good ballpark that the baby will be here. As you know, I do things quite naturally. It's just what I like to do with my body and my babies. So I'm back with my same midwife and things like that. We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, I don't mind sharing the due date. Just know that it doesn't, I know everybody is going to respect the fact that like I don't care about it, and so I don't think people are gonna pester too much. People get weird about like, oh my god, you're a day overdue, oh my god, you're overdue. Like, I had Mackenzie on my guest day, which was Cody's birthday, and then I had Grayson 41 weeks 3 days. So I mean, this baby could come anytime. Maybe this will be a little bit of an early baby, maybe this will be another due date baby, or maybe I'll just cook this turkey super long. Speaking of turkey, that is an appropriate term because this baby is due right around Christmas. So I think my due date is probably going to be the 18th or 19th of December. 18th, 19th or 20th, we're not quite sure. I don't think it's gonna be the 20th. I keep saying I'm not sure because I haven't had an ultrasound yet. I don't plan to have an ultrasound yet. That will come later. I try to keep my ultrasounds to a minimum, so again, we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But yeah, I am due the week before Christmas, so I'm super excited about that. I think it's absolutely magical. If you know me, I'm Mrs. Claus. I am a huge Christmas person. I am Christmas crazy. So to be having a baby very close to my favorite holiday is just amazing. I think it's the perfect time to have a baby, honestly. I'm so looking forward to it. The way my pregnancy is lined up, like my first trimester is going to end, you know, the end of May, the beginning of June. And so I'll be able to like, the garden is pretty much in, just a little bit of planting to do. No big gardening has to happen yet. So yeah, of course it's on the front of my mind because I garden a lot. So I'll get to enjoy the summer with like my feel-good second trimester, My third trimester is going to be kind of in the fall, so it'll be cooling down. I won't have to deal with a blazing hot summer, super pregnant. I'm just like really grateful with how it's happened to work out. So this baby could be born on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. I don't think that'll be the case. If that is the case, it's meant to be, and we will make sure we separate as best as we can. But I'm kind of hoping I do have this baby kind of around my guest day, because I think that would be absolutely perfect. Kind of have the baby, chill, we get kind of a week and then Christmas, and then the baby would be here for Christmas, and I just think that would be super cozy. So yeah, I'm leaning more the 18th or 19th, but I guess we will find out. I'm pretty sure I know my conception date pretty accurately, but it's a bit of a wild, basically a lot of things had to line up exactly perfectly for me to get pregnant. And I'm gonna do a video on that because it's just kind of wild how I even got pregnant this time, and why it wasn't working, and there's just so much to fill you guys in on. But this little baby is an absolute miracle little rainbow baby, and we are so excited, and that baby is coming. We're so close to Christmas, and it's just gonna be so beautiful. Okay, so let me answer what some people have already been kind of asking me in DMs and stuff, which is is this pregnancy different so far? I'm quite out of breath this time. I think I didn't start these bump dates early enough with Grayson. Because I had joined YouTube later. Actually, my pregnancy and doing these videos, bump dates, is what made me join YouTube. So I don't know if I have bump dates from before 12 weeks. I'm really not sure. But so I can't remember if I was out of breath with Grayson. Sorry, I had to stop my barking dog. If you hear panting, she's just old and has a harder time getting up the stairs. Don't we all? Me too, Carly, me too. So things like breathlessness, I'm gonna go over some symptoms that I've had so far. But I don't remember that being as severe, but I really can't remember. It was definitely something that I just feel like I'm breathing a lot. Just a lot. But right off the bat, there are some definite differences. First of all, I look like I'm 3 months pregnant already. You can't see from this angle, but you've seen me share little bump shots, and you guys will be seeing more of that. Maybe I'll show you at the end of this video, because I think that's how bump dates go, right? You talk about it and then you show your bump. At first, it probably was bloating right off the bat, but now I just think my body remembers, and or maybe there's more than one baby in it. I doubt it. That's been the ongoing joke this entire time. Everybody's maybe you're having twins. Maybe you're gonna have twins. Maybe you'll have twins. I'm cool with one baby. Thanks. But at the same time, with how long we waited and all the things we've been through, I would also be cool with 2 babies. If that was what was supposed to happen, I'd be cool with that. So that's a big thing. It's I look pregnant already. I'm 6 weeks and I look like I'm 3 months pregnant. To the point where I've talked to the friends that I see regularly, and when I found out I was pregnant, I already looked a little pregnant, and I was I didn't look like this 2 weeks ago, right? And they were like, no, no you didn't. We would have noticed. So that's kind of funny, and that's a pretty big difference. The second difference is I'm definitely not as sick so far, which I'm just cautiously optimistic about. But I did work so hard to get my body ready. I spent 1.5 years really honing into pro-metabolic eating, you guys know, and just making sure my body was really ready. My mineral stores were good, that I was eating enough. I've just been doing a lot to prep my body for this, and I don't know if maybe that is the difference. With Mackenzie, I would almost go as far as saying that I might have had HG with her. That's what's called, right? HG, or you get super sick to the point where you're hospitalized. And with Grayson, it was less bad, but still pretty severe. And so it's been way less bad this time. But I'm just really hoping I can keep ahead of it, because it is still early yet. However, I'm already past the time where I got really sick with both my other pregnancies, so I'm just counting my blessings each day that passes. So speaking of symptoms and things like that, let's talk about symptoms. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and tell you my 4 to 5 week symptoms, because I had symptoms right away that I was pregnant, and they were definitely very different than my normal premenstrual symptoms. I will be doing another video about how my 2 week wait and how I knew I was pregnant and things like that were cluing me off. So in weeks 4 and 5, I started getting round ligament pain that early. And the only reason I know it is round ligament pain is because I've had 2 babies and I know what round ligament pain feels like. It's a little less bad, but if I stand up too fast or if I like get out of a position too awkwardly, then I get like that like zapping, shooting feeling. So that was odd. I didn't know it could happen that early, but apparently it can. So that was happening way more frequently in weeks like 4 and 5, and I haven't been experiencing it as much in the past like week. So that has been nice, a little more chill. Although today I kind of put out my back. My sciatica is kind of like acting up a little bit already. When I was putting on pants this morning, I tweaked something. I was like, oh, great. So definitely going to make sure I start getting back into my daily yoga practice, modifying for pregnancy, but it's time to like super dedicate myself into that so I can stay nice and stretchy. Obviously the out of breath thing was a big symptom. Other things I noted was I was cramping a lot earlier on in weeks 4 and 5. That's super normal for me. Just like I remember with both my pregnancies, just like constantly running to the toilet thinking my period was gonna start because I was just like having cramps that felt like period cramps. So I had quite a lot of cramping, but it definitely settled down and stopped a lot sooner than I remember it with my other 2. So that makes me interested to see when my guest date is. So now I have like no cramping. Cramping has completely stopped. I haven't had cramping for like a week now. So that's nice. So mostly like week 4, like a little bit into week 5 was like the crampiest time when baby was like really implanting in there. The other thing I noted in weeks 4 and 5 was like this stretchy feeling, like I could feel my uterus stretching almost, like there was just like a lot of like muscle stretching, like it almost felt like I pulled a muscle. And yeah, it's just been a long time, so it's hard to remember like, is this normal? Did I feel this last time? But that is another thing. And then just like feeling super full, like just like in that lower abdomen area, just feeling like really full and heavy. And then 6 weeks, like on the dot, as with my other pregnancies, the nausea kicked in and morning sickness hit, but it hasn't been that bad. I had a couple times where it was like rough, but today is the first day that I've been like pretty freaking normal, pretty fine, and I'm crossing everything that it's because I was able to get enough food in to kind of like get me up over the hill and now I can just ride it. I'm really, really hoping, because with my other pregnancies, once it started, I was screwed. I was done. So today is the first day I've not really experienced any nausea. That's not entirely true. I have had bouts of nausea. It's more like a sour tummy for me. I am sipping on ginger ale. And I think maybe a couple of things are making the nausea less bad. So I tried to be really prepared. I'm trying to remember all of the things I wanted to try this time. I'm trying to remember all my like herbal remedies, things like that. And I think it's been working because I woke up today with no nausea. To put it into perspective, the first couple days, I wasn't downstairs until like 2 o'clock and feeling better. Yesterday, I was downstairs like in the kitchen and stuff at like 11:30. That was better. Today, I was down there at 8:30. So like I've been letting myself sleep in, but I wasn't feeling sick. I went downstairs. I poured myself bubble water. That's been really helping me, or maybe I had ginger ale, I don't know, but I have both. And that fizzy water is really, really like my best friend right now. And I had a piece of toast to test the waters and I was fine. And then I ate like Mackenzie cooked breakfast for everybody and I ate that and it was good and that was fine. Because my issue has been like the nausea hits and then nothing sounds good and I don't want to eat anything. And I know if I don't eat anything, then I get sicker. It's a vicious cycle, we all know. So for me, this is miraculous that I'm okay and that I'm feeling all right. Then I was feeling a little bit nauseous, but I think it's because I was getting sleepy. But I was going for a walk with a friend, so I went for a walk and I just popped in some chewing gum And the minute I hit the fresh air, it was like, whew. So I'm just staying really hydrated, and like the fresh air really helps me. I'm super grateful I'm pregnant in the first trimester, kind of in the season I am, because I can just go outside. And like, so I'm trying to keep up with my daily walks. I've been walking like 4 kilometers a day for the past, like, I don't know, 2 months. And I notice, so I don't know if like that's why I'm better, is because I went for my walk yesterday and I'm feeling better today. So the walk helped me feel a lot better, and it actually worked up an appetite. So I came home and ate and like had some more bubble water. And yeah, I've had like small bouts of maybe like a sour tummy, but I just like sip some water, and it has to be carbonated for me right now, and like have a little snack, and I seem to be doing very well. Like, not really any food aversions. Like, there are definitely foods that don't sound good, but like it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna vomit every single time I think of a food. So that's a big improvement. And I don't know if it's gonna last. I don't know if this is a fluke day, or if all of the things and the foundations I put in place are actually gonna work, and I'm actually not, maybe not, just not gonna be that sick this time, which I'm really hopeful for, because like, when I tell you I was so sick my previous pregnancies, like I was so sick. So this is amazing. I'm just staying super positive and hoping that it continues. So a little bit of nausea, but so far we seem to be controlling things. Another thing to note with 6 weeks is the cramping is completely gone. I think I mentioned that I have no more cramping whatsoever, no more pulling feeling. Yeah, breast tenderness, of course, since I found out that I was pregnant, and it is like pretty severe, especially in the morning. But I don't like when I like am laying down and then I sit up. I really feel it. But I remember that being a little bit worse with Grayson's pregnancy, but I think the reason I remember the nipple pain and stuff being worse with Grayson's pregnancy is because I was still breastfeeding Mackenzie, to the point where like through the first trimester, just as a kind of precursor, I breastfed both my kids until almost 3. So it was really nice, because it was really painful for me. Like, it just made me want to like punch a wall. It was horrible. They were just too sensitive. And so I just like couldn't take it after a little while, and I just asked Mackenzie like, hey, this is so painful for me, and this is really horrible for me. Can we just stop, or like take a break, maybe do it later? And she was like, yeah, cool. She's so empathetic. And at like, I don't know, she was probably like 2 years and like 9-10 months. She was like, yeah, that's okay, Mom. And so that we kind of just had a mutual stopping of breastfeeding. So maybe that's why I'm not noticing the nipple pain as badly as I remember it the first time, or the second time, I guess. It's really hard to remember all the little details of how I was feeling with Mackenzie, which would have been like, you know, like 12 years ago. The round ligament pain is still here. I think that's probably just here to stay, but it's not quite as much. It's just, again, when I stand up too fast, or I like move really quickly, if I've been laying down resting for a little while and then I get up suddenly, it's like, whoa, I really feel it, and it sucks. Kind of takes my breath away sometimes. But besides that, I'm definitely feeling the tiredness too now, really starting to kick in this 6th week. I'm just sleepy. I need a nap every day. Thank goodness. My kids have been amazing. Like, my kids get all the allowance, all the awards. Like, I'm just so grateful for them, because on days where I really wasn't feeling good, they were bringing me toast. They were bringing me like drinks. They let me sleep when I need to sleep. They were just like helping out a little extra with chores around the house. Things like making sure the dishwasher gets loaded and unloaded, and like trying to keep the kitchen like somewhat tidy, helping take care of all the animals. I'm just like, see, I drink pop and then I have these like little burps, so I'm sorry, I'm just like out of breath and kind of burpy, so I apologize. But no, they've been so helpful, and it's been just an amazing experience. And maybe that's why I'm not so sick, because one of the big reasons I was so sick with Mackenzie too is because like I would get sick, and then I couldn't manage to like make it downstairs to the kitchen and muster up the energy to like grab myself something. So at least now there's always people home with me, and they can help me. They can grab me crackers, they can grab me a ginger ale, And so I can like meet my needs a lot faster right now, which is helping me be less sick, I think. And that is a huge, huge deal. I don't know if I'm missing other symptoms. Like, yeah, main ones are like boobs, tired, and queasy. It's more of like a sour tummy for me. Cravings and food aversions have already kicked in. Like no solid food aversions. I was able to cook dinner last night, which was really nice. It wasn't the most appealing thing, but like I was able to eat some dinner after I cooked it and I wasn't completely turned off by it, so that's good. Eggs were my favorite food. I was eating it every morning in my first like 5 weeks, and I was loving eggs. They were awesome, and now I'm like, whoop, I almost gagged thinking about eggs. I can't do it, and that makes me really sad, and so I'm hoping that it will come back, that I will like them again, but I just like, nope, not for me. I can eat eggs in things, like Mackenzie made French toast this morning and I ate the French toast. That was fine. Yeah, I don't know. Just like there's some things like eggs that I'm just like, nope, don't like that right now. Definitely some foods where I'll take like, I think I want it and I take like 4 bites and then I'm like, I'm done. We're done with this. So not necessarily like super aversions yet or anything, but just like very picky, which is not like me. Definitely some like cravings of like just like when I just think a food sounds good and I'm like, I would like to eat that now. I like a ton of ice cold things in my first trimester. They make me feel good. They help the nausea. So I'm eating the popsicles and like icy drinks, Slurpees. I like a Slurpee now and then, just a small one. Coffee, still going okay. I didn't have coffee today or yesterday just because it didn't sound, I just don't need it. Like I just didn't need it. So I haven't made a coffee in 2 days. I'm not turned off of coffee, I just don't particularly want it. I'd rather like sip on ginger ale or seltzer water or tea or something like that. But the funny thing is I'm already kind of onto the sweets with this pregnancy. Like really like fruits and stuff, and I've always like I right now with my current, you know, lifestyle diet, salts and minerals and stuff are really important, so I make sure I keep those in, but I don't particularly think I'm like craving salty things, but like I'll eat them. But I like sweets. I definitely got Cody to bring me home some cupcakes the other day, so I don't know if that counts as cravings yet. Kind of. It was like craving, like, yeah, it was cupcakes, and like I needed bubble water last night. I was like, I need this. You need to bring this home with you. Bring me the bubble water. So maybe we can call those cravings. So yeah, that pretty much covers symptoms and morning sickness. So far I'm good. Like I'm like slightly nauseated right now, but it's like so slight. It's just like the tiniest bit. And for the most part, I just kind of like feel, it's weird. It's like you feel like you're sick with like a cold or something, but like I'm not sick. So sometimes I wake up and I'm just like a little foggy or something in the morning, or you're just like resting so much, maybe that's it, that it just feels like I'm like, I feel sick, but I'm not sick. Okay, a couple other things to tackle. I'm gonna do a big Q&A where we'll tackle a lot of things, but I've contacted my midwife weeks ago, obviously. I don't have my first appointment yet, so I don't really have anything to chat about. With like my midwife is super chill, and typically with midwives you don't see them until like 12 weeks. So I'm pretty much just coasting until my first midwife appointment. But if that answers anybody's questions, I will definitely be doing everything I can to not have a hospital birth and stay with my midwife. Obviously it's too early to like make a birth plan, but we'll see. I'm definitely keeping things the natural route. That's what I want again, and that is what I shall do. So yeah, I've got my midwife again, same midwife as with Grayson. I love her so much. She's the best, and I'm so excited to work with her again. She's just like got a really chill, calm personality. Her and I vibe really nicely. She's super respectful. She understands like some of the things I like to opt out of and stuff. She's super cool with, and I don't know, I just feel really respected and held while I'm in her care, and so definitely going with her again. So I don't have an appointment. I will update you guys when I do, and when I go into the midwife and have the first appointment, probably I'm thinking like 12 weeks, but at the same time, guys, things have changed so much. It has been 8.5 years since I've been pregnant. And like even my friends who've had babies recently and stuff, it's just so different. Like now they date you at like 6 to 7 weeks, which I'm not getting a dating ultrasound because that's like past now. Like there's just so many things. They don't do blood draws anymore. Like you don't go get your levels tested anymore, and you used to have to do that when I was pregnant before. So it's been a while and like things have changed. So I'm just like super chill and just like, okay, what are we doing now? Because I don't have any idea. And because I mentioned ultrasounds, I will talk about that a little bit. I am a minimal ultrasound person. I will get an ultrasound. I will probably get 2, and then if we can keep it at 2, that is all I will get. So I plan to do like one around 12 weeks and then one around 20 weeks, and that will be that. So I won't have an ultrasound, I won't hear a heartbeat or anything for a while. I won't really know anything in terms of like seeing the baby and like making sure there's just one. Yeah, I was just saying I won't really like know much for quite a while. I probably won't, again, I don't know, maybe I think it's the same where you just kind of see your midwife at like 12 weeks and then you start your appointment. So if that's the case, that is when we'll listen for the heartbeat on the Doppler at the midwife's office. I'll have an ultrasound and my first midwife appointment, and then I'll see her like monthly from there on out. That is my ultrasound plan. I know they kind of do like with the dating ultrasound now and stuff, there's like quite a bit more than there was when I was pregnant last, because when I was pregnant last, you only really did, like you dated at the same time, you know, 11, 12 weeks, you went for your ultrasound, you, well here at least, and there was no like, oh, dating and then like this scan, you just went and did it all in one thing. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Like it's way too late now. Ultrasound places are like booking crazy far in advance right now, and it's just like really backed up. So hopefully I can get it in 12 weeks. But again, I'll talk to my midwife and figure it out, because I just feel like I'm a little bit lost. It's like a little bit first pregnancy vibes, because just so much has already changed. Yeah, times have changed and I'm older now. So I think that's all I have to share with you guys so far. I guess I can show you my little bump. Some people will say, no, it's just bloating, but I'm really not bloated. Like, you know when you're bloated. I'm really not bloated. It's just like a little bump. It's just like, hey, my uterus is like, I remember what we're doing. We got this. So that's what's going on. I don't know how often I should do these. Let me know down below. Like, do we do weekly bump dates? Is that too much? I feel like is that too many bump dates? I don't know. Do I do like bi-weekly? I'm not sure. Please let me know. Okay, so I don't know. I'm in like very control pants. Sorry, my dogs think they hear something. So like, can you see me? My pants are like super keeping this bump in, but do you see, guys? It's like, it's there. It's loud and proud. Hold on. Let me pull my pants down. That's how you get YouTube views, so you can like actually see that there's like quite the little bumpy thing going on. Quite the little baby bump. So that's just where we are. I'm looking like 3 months pregnant at 6 weeks. So gonna be large and in charge. And I'm cool with that. But anyways, guys, that is all I have for you. I need to go deal with my dogs. Stop it. She thinks she hears Dad. It's not Dad. It's not. Lay down. Stop. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being so wonderful and so kind with all of these videos I've been uploading. I appreciate every single comment so much. Let me know if you guys have any questions for the Q&A. I will film that soon. I've got lots of videos I need to film while I'm feeling good, and I will be getting them up to you as quickly as I possibly can. If I go a few extra days, excuse you. If I go a few days between posting, just know it maybe it's because I'm like not feeling great that day. I'm just gonna edit and film whenever I feel like I can. And I just hope that it's frequently enough. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.